Hello guys. It is Sunday. I'm a few minutes late, sorry. I was busy working on a project and I had to steal the iPad from my kid. So hopefully you are having a great weekend, and now I am, as always, struggling oh my god, to find this in my feed. I love Facebook. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I can see your comments. I will turn off the volume. Hopefully I gave you guys enough advance notice. Oh, I see we have some people. Please say hello. Let me know how you're doing. Okay. Oh, thirsty. So I wanted to take a minute to play with this suite and just show you guys all the amazing things. I have made a couple of cards. One of them though is for my Zoom class, so I can't show it till later this week. But I did do this one and I showed it on my social media yesterday, I think. So I had a lot of fun with this one. This is 3 different stamped images. So I used the big daisy twice, and then this guy. And then I played around with my blending brushes, or not my blending brushes, my sponge daubers. And then I die cut in Garden Green, and then I used the greeting here in Orchid Oasis, no, Starry Sky, and the dies. So lots, there's so much you can do with this. So I just wanted to make sure people had a good sense of what this suite had to offer. So if you see it here in the catalog, it is on page 110, 111. So the entire suite is $100.75. And then just to order it as the suite, you get the bundle, you get the DSP, and you get the embellishments. Conversely, or alternatively, you can order just the bundle with paper or the embellishment. So you can see lots of possibilities here. So I just wanted to point that out. So we will put that to the side, although we might case one of those creations because in the end, I didn't get quite as organized as I thought I would. So these dies are pretty neat because you can do a lot of things with them. And we have a couple of options. So for each of the stamps, this one, this one, this one, you have a die, and you have a 2-layer die, and you have a 2-step stamping process. Then we have the standalone die, which cuts out 3 daisies and some leaves, and then you can also use some of these pieces still on top of it. So you could stamp on this die. I've seen it done. I think it would probably be something that would be good to do with the Stamparatus. So if you still have one, that'd be a good plan. This little die here is for these flowers. These dies here are for the centers. Well, one of them is for the bigger center. This guy, there's not a die for. And then we have a die for the leaf, for the stem, and then we have this extra die for just these little ferny things. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 greetings. I know somebody was really put off by this greeting, this oops a daisy, so sorry. So, I mean, you could just use the so sorry, right? But even if you never use that one, these other ones are quite nice. The paper though, let me show you this paper. So this paper is really cool. So this paper alone, this page alone, you've got like card bases, like right off the hop here, right? Like this is a card front, this is a card front, this is basically a card front, this guy, and then you've just, so I would cut this guy, at least this one page. The back side is your Moody Mauve, but definitely this one page, I would just cut these squares. And then our other pages, so we've got this pretty one with the green and the daisies. We have this beautiful one with the pretty peacock. And I'm going to say that's this copper clay. Copper clay. Yep. And let's see, what else have we got here? We've got the mauve. This one, which is, you know, beautiful card fronts. So this would be nice Mother's Day right off the hop here. You don't have to do anything. Add a couple daisies. That one, which has got our pebbled path and the greens and the white. That's pretty. And then the back of all of them are just this kind of brush stroke. So that's our pebbled path. This is your pretty peacock and garden green. This is your wild wheat for anyone who's kind of like, I'm not sure about that color. Your copper clay. This is your, I think this is your boho blue mixed with your azure afternoon, and then your moody mauve. Okay, so let's just have a little play. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm so thirsty. I don't know if you saw Stampin' Up! Had a post today where they showed the daisy in crushed curry and lemon lolly. So I am going to, these stamps are see-through, so we're going to be able to line it up. So let's just try this. Let's just give this a whirl, because I haven't, and why not? So we're going to die cut this guy. We may not make a card in the end, guys, but we're just at least going to work with these products, and you're going to see how awesome they are. They're not already on your list. All right, so cut that out. I'm trying to think. Will this fit through the mini? Just might. Boom. Boom. So what I want my white plate. Maybe I want my gray plate. Oh my God, this is where I get so confused as to, this is embossing, not cutting surface. Use this with 3D, use with standard. And this is the one we're supposed to use with dyes, but I think everyone decided the gray one worked better. Right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I also saw something recently that was more like, you're supposed to alternate your plates. I thought they were supposed to go like, you know, in a row, but then I saw this where you're supposed to go like 1, 2, 3 like this. Anyway, that fed quite nicely, so let's say that that's what I saw. Okay, I see that you guys are here, but nobody is saying anything, unless I'm just not seeing it. But I don't think I'm seeing anyone's comments. Oh, there we go. Oh, hello, Casey. That's what you do, okay. All right, I just wasn't seeing the comments. Okay. So let's keep that. Let's put this to the side. We are going to need our take a pick tool here. Punch out these guys. I've seen some neat things too where, and maybe if we get, you know, where this base layer was done in like your pebbled path or your coppered clay, so that this middle part was that color, and then they layered the other die cuts on top. If you search this stamp set, you're gonna see there are all sorts of amazing ideas out there. So whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on Pinterest, whether you're on Facebook, you can just search this bundle, and you will see amazing things. And yes, I could be using my little brush for this, but sometimes I find that that takes longer. But what I can also see is that this one die has not really cut out those circles in the middle. So I might have to just quickly roll it once more to die cut out this middle bit. Those haven't really cut out. I'm just gonna quickly put this on my big shot. Stamp, cut and emboss, whatever it's supposed to be called. You all know what I mean. Uh-oh, didn't line up perfectly. Okay, well, we lost our leaves. That's okay. Let's just cut those off. We lost our leaves because I was going quickly. Okay, there we go. So let's get this out of the way. And then let's see if we can do what I'm thinking. So let's get that out. And then let's see, let's give it a whirl. So we're gonna get our stamps. And my understanding, I'm trying to think, again, this is one of these things where people are like, there's an order. I think just stamp the dark one first. Sometimes I practice on another piece of paper so that I see which way is easiest to line it up. So let's just give that a whirl. So if we stamp the outside first in our crushed curry, and then I guess I don't have to put the lid on, and then we're gonna stamp the inside in the lemon lolly. So that lined up pretty well. So now then I'm gonna try it the opposite way. So if I stamp the lemon, how easy is it to line up the crushed curry? No, you gotta do it the way I did it the first time. I did not do nearly as good of a job there. Okay, so let's see if we can make this work. I'm not 100% convinced, but we're gonna give it a try. So this is our crushed curry piece. And, oh yeah, actually, okay, you might see the top of my head. I'm gonna come in here. Okay, so it's not perfect, but you know, you get the gist that it's gonna work for coloring in this flower. And then we are going to do the same thing with the lemon. So I'm actually looking at, first I'm looking at the center, and then I'm kind of twisting my petals. Not bad. So I missed a tiny little bit there, but you can color that with your blends. Okay, and so then, like I said, so I've been seeing people do this with the other colors. So now we're going to use our Pebble Path, because I really like that as, although let's see. I really like the Pebble Path as a center. So it's this color. Although another option would be our wild wheat. third option would be the the copper clay, which is this guy. Feel free to weigh in. Ooh, that might be pretty. Or there's the copper clay. So what do you guys think? Which one should we color for the center? And then we can do all the daisies the same, or we could do them differently. They don't all have to be white and yellow, or the two shades of yellow. I just saw it on the Stampin' Up! Webpage today and I thought it looked pretty. I'm really enjoying this Lemon Lolly, so I would also be curious what you guys are thinking of the new colors. I am using Bubble Bath and Lemon Lolly a ton. I think this Lemon Lolly is definitely a color that we have been missing, 100%. So I think I am just actually going to keep in with the yellow. So we are going to just load up our stamps, or our blocks, pardon me, with the other stamps. You guys are very quiet. You're a very quiet bunch. Okay, so crushed curry. We just want to make sure we're not messing up our stamps. So again, I am going to figure out how this goes. Ooh, that one was perfect almost. So it's actually not that hard. Especially if you have a non-white background behind it. So here, actually, let's do this. Although maybe yellow is not our best choice. Haha. Oops. Now I'm turning out the lights. Perfect. Here. Let's do that. Put this behind it. Okay. Did I stamp this up already? I feel like I did. Making me nervous. I did. Okay. Let's do that again. So our Lemon Lolly, come in here, line it up, make sure we got the right petals. It is not, oh, there we go. Those three are together. So that's how you can tell. There's three that go together. Okay, so that is that guy. And then we're gonna do the small one. Okay, so I can see you guys watching, but nobody's commenting on which color we should do for the center. Come on, people, I'm looking for your feedback. I guess I could do one of each, but that would look funny, I think. All right, I don't have as many of this small size block. Oh, maybe I do. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing here. Oh, somebody, okay. Well, Casey, I was just curious what color to do for the middle. So this is copper clay, the pebbled path, or the wild wheat to color in the centers of the daisies, because we don't want them to be white. And so this is where I can see, I'll show you what somebody else did, or I'll try to. Okay, so we're gonna line this guy up. I feel like he is going to be the easiest. Oh my God, wow, that was a lot of my hair. Sorry, haha. Okay, I'm not gonna lean in so much. And then this guy. All right, so there are the three daisies. So that is a little more time consuming to stamp this guy. So you might find you'd rather just do him as all die cuts. But I wanted to show you that you can do it even though it might not seem like it's the obvious choice, and that it's actually not that difficult because the stamps are clear and they fit nicely. Okay, so I think Casey actually thought we should color the centers in this wild wheat. So that is the light, that's the dark. I'm just kind of wondering if that is actually going to just be a bit, not enough contrast. I might go, I hate to say it, but I might go with copper clay. But maybe light copper clay. So just kind of color that in. Which is very easy to do. Okay. So let's just get these guys tucked off to the side. I like lemon lily and bubble bath. Yes, I like bubble bath as well. Slowly, yeah, wild wheat. You know what? I'm slowly warming up to wild wheat as well. But I'm gonna say there is not a color I dislike. I have been slowly working with all of them. I've used them in my Zoom class that we've got coming up this week, and I'm trying to use them in my new projects. Now, I feel like we must not have, unless I forgot to order it, anything is possible. Do we not have a blends for lemon lolly? Oh, we do. Well, where is mine? Okay, well, I don't know where it is right now, or either it's fallen behind my desk, or I forgot to order it. Which is possible because when you're ordering like a huge list of things, sometimes I miss. So I'm just gonna grab my marker and do that. That was bothering me. I had to like write all over my old marker case because they're not doing this case anymore. And so I had to put with a new marker. Okay. Let's get this stuff out of the way. So let's actually, I'm thinking it might be fun to use that piece of paper. So what are the chances that I can really do this nicely? With scissors, I suspect not. So let's see if I can do it nicely with the paper cutter. So I'm going to come down here so I know I am on the line. So I have multiple types of paper cutters, which I appreciate is maybe not an option for everyone, but I actually didn't get this Stampin' Up! One, or this, like, for quite some time. I had a guillotine one, or I have a guillotine one because it's awesome when I'm cutting multiple pieces of paper, but you can see how this one is handy for this type of situation. And it's actually quite easy to make sure you are in the track, and then you just go to where the little line is on here to know that you did it. There you go. Just like that. Just like that, guys. Just like that, we did it. Okay, so we have this, and now what actually might be really nice is to use some copper clay. So this is the DSP pack, you know, for the color families. This is the one for the in color. So we have stripes or dots, or we have hearts, or this guy. So I feel like this guy is the one we want. But I know I have a piece that I've already cut into. So I'm actually going to see if I can't find it. Here it is. Which may or may not be big enough for what we want to do. Okay, so we have this, and we could certainly use this. I feel like we need some leaves though, right? We don't have any leaves. I feel like also we're gonna kind of need to go like this. So do you see how I am still trying to use this DSP, although I have cut something out of it? Because, you know, why would I waste it? Now, I like where this is going. Hang tight with me. So let's get both a white or, so I don't know if you guys do this with my thick white and thick vanilla. I always have card bases ready. Oops, what was that? In both orientations, so that I can quickly put together a card, even if it's just so I can sort of see what we're dealing with. Okay, so I'm actually going to go with this. I kind of like what's going on here. So I am going to cut this at right, it's not, so that would be 4 and I'm trying to just see how much I want. I'm gonna go 4 and 1/8. We can always trim it down, right? But we can't, we can never get bigger. Okay, I said we weren't gonna make a card, but here we are. Here we are, making magic. So this is gonna go on here like this. At the moment. And then we're gonna have our daisies. Ooh, I'm really liking this, you guys. We're gonna need our daisies to be on something. And also I said we needed some leaves, right? Because we lost our leaves. I've also lost the die, which, you know, oh my God. Don't be like me. Strive to be better. This is where I have done this recently. I did this in a Stampin', and so then everyone's like, you need a magnetic thing so it would hold your die. And then look at what I've done. Okay, well, it'll turn up. It can't have gone that far. It does just mean, though, now we have to just do leaves by themselves. Okay, so let's do some of these, and let's do some leaves. I don't want to do a stem. Okay, let's get all the stems out of the way. We don't need these ink pads right now. You like those leaves? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we just have to decide what green we're gonna bring into this. So they used garden green. Garden green. Yeah, that's the only green I used. Okay, let's do that. So we are going to do this. I feel like this guy we might just do in some vanilla. This, we're gonna stamp some leaves. So I'm going to get, sorry, I'm just looking at my papers. And I'm kind of thinking that we might do some soft seafoam with garden green. Okay, I am mildly concerned where those dyes went, you guys, but we know I had them, right? So, okay, let's see what this looks like. And then I'm gonna see if we stamp it off. Okay. I like it stamped off more than I like it full strength. So I'm going to just stamp it off on a scrap. And I would rather have more leaves than not enough. So right now we have 3 of each. Okay, that seems reasonable. Let's do that. Put my paper away. Honestly, you saw it, right? I had the die. Put things away, people. Learn from my mistakes. Learn from my mistakes. All right, and what did I say? Oh, I said vanilla for this, didn't I? Okay. So I'm going to just cut a strip like that. I feel like this is taking a long time. And I don't like keeping people waiting. So we're probably gonna like lay this out and then not actually put it together. Sorry, I was just seeing if the die was in there. It's not. Okay, so we're gonna go like this. We're gonna put this guy on here. We're gonna use this low tack tape so it doesn't move around on us. And we are going to do the same with the leaves. So washi, or this is low tack tape you can get on Amazon. It is 3M, I believe. 3M. Comes in a roll. It's pretty handy. I delayed buying it. But now that I have it, it's pretty awesome. You just like tear it off like Scotch tape. And it's pretty excellent. Okay. And it doesn't stick to your paper. You pretty much can tear it off and never worry that it's going to stick to your paper. I didn't really need it for this, but just because we're putting this through the mini, I feel like this is going to be a bit of a letdown because I feel like we're not going to finish this card in a timely fashion. And I told my son we were going to take the dog to the dog park. And I've lost my dies. This is, see, you can tell I haven't been live in a while, right? Like I'm a bit of a mess. So I appreciate you watching and sticking with me. And I apologize. This is the creative process, right? This is the creative process. I do like what we've got going on though, so thank you for all the love you're giving me. I feel like we need 3 of these guys. So we will definitely try to get a 3rd one out of this paper, or out of this strip that I cut. And then often what I do with things like this is, because half of it ends up being hidden, even if I can't get a full 3rd out of this paper, I will do as much as I can. So let's get that leaf, and then I'm going to stick this on here again. I think we're going to be fine though. Yeah, we're laughing. So we're going to stick that guy on, get a 3rd one, get another leaf. I would love to know what you guys are loving. I, got these things with the pre-order, so we only have so many choices when we first get to order. I mean, I would have picked this anyway. I love it. But I know that not everyone does. And I know some demos, they order everything with the pre-order because they can. They're big demos. But it doesn't actually mean that they're their favorites. So I would love to know what people's favorites are. I have been working with this one. I've been working with the balloons. I have been working with seasonal branches. Those were the 3 I got when we could order ahead of time. And then I have a couple more coming now that the catalog went live. But that order has not yet shipped. So, okay. I'm gonna put this away. I'm saying we only need 3 of them. So I'm putting that back. So I always trace my dies, so that's another good way that you know what you've got and what you don't have. Right? So if something were to have gone missing, okay, there. I'm like, where are the other leaves? I'm gonna keep this out because we probably need it for a greeting. This guy is recycled. Okay. I do wanna, I'm just gonna cut out at least 1 more of these. Again, this would be a good thing. So I know many demos, even though we can't sell the Stamparatus, we'll still be using it. So this would be a good one that you could like die cut a ton of these leaves, because you could die cut them in multiples, like 2 at a time. Thickness, and then just stamp, 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 stamp. This would have been a nice set that it would have been good if 2 leaves had been, oh, whoops. So after I lined that up, you know what? But it might still, I'm not gonna get rid of it because sometimes if you're, the way you're hiding it behind things, it can still be okay. So even though you use the low tack tape, you kind of gotta make sure that you've done a good job and it hasn't moved before you start spinning it through. Is anyone going to get the new, or the limited time, that little blue mini? The boho blue mini? I couldn't really justify having it. Sorry, just checking if the dies ended up in the drawer. They didn't seem to. Usually if I misplace them, it's because they stuck to something that had a magnet, but we didn't use anything that was magnetic, and I don't remember hearing them go flying. The good news is it's a big die, so I know that I will find it. It's not like some tiny little die that I've gone and lost. I just just worry if it's flung behind something that I'll have to move my entire desk to find. That's what I'm mildly concerned about. Okay, we've got all our pieces. Oh, you gotta go, no worries. It's because I'm taking so long, sorry guys. Okay, so if we bring this back in, I might actually, let's bring this guy. So I usually like to just build my shapes and then, so if we look at where the leaves were supposed to be, they were supposed to be up here. So we kind of have to be careful with our placement because you can't have things sticking out, right? Okay, so what I am going to do right now, in case you're like, what is she doing? Is I'm going to figure out, so that was on these guys here. And then we're also up in here. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. So I just put glue on a couple of these leaves. So that we can hold these things in place, but they're hidden. I don't love where those are going though, so let's pull those out. Okay, so that's got those bits. And then I'm just trying to decide if we want this third one in here or not. I feel like we might just do 2 of those in the end. And then I'm going to do this because that guy got cut off. Put some glue on him. Figure out where he's gonna stick in here. Where was he supposed to be? Over there. Okay, so kind of like this. I kind of want him filling in that space. And then these ones, let's see. So I think we're going to go like that. Of course, I chose the most finicky project to showcase you this with. Not maybe my best sales pitch, was it? Okay, so then we have like our unit, for lack of a better word. Okay, oh my gosh. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry I'm such a disaster. And the only reason I'm not gonna glue this down at the moment is in case I want to put some ribbon or some twine. And so then there is our daisy, but we need, so maybe a piece of vellum. So I still have, these are these pre-cut pieces of vellum that were in the last catalog. It's just regular vellum. They were just pre-cut, that's all. So I am going to make that into a circle with our stylish shaped dies in vellum. Okay. So I'm actually not going to use this piece now because these pieces are great for card fronts since they're already that size. So I'm just going to actually get a full sheet of vellum. And we're going to run this through the die cut. Oh, hey guys, look what I found. Of course, why didn't I think? Check the big shot. Seriously. I'm not sure I should be allowed to be an adult sometimes. Okay, so then we're gonna have this, and we're gonna have this, and this whole thing is gonna pop off. Okay, so I'm going to, okay, we're getting there, guys, we're getting there, I promise. So I'm gonna put some glue where we can. That's the nice thing. I mean, I could have used adhesive sheets, but it's actually pretty easy to apply glue here, right? There's lots of surface. It's not that finicky. I'm gonna turn that over because I feel like that side is sticky. And then we're going to do this. Okay, and now we can put dimensionals anywhere that it is covered. So I think we'll just go with minis. It will be easiest. So I'm gonna put one there. I can put one here. I can put one there. I can put one here. Okay, that should be good. So there's our dimensionals. So that'll go on there like this. So we could either do like some twine or we could do, I feel like some linen thread would be nice here. So I'm gonna take that off for a second. I am a big fan of at least twice. I saw a card recently though with 4, so that was kind of nice. I might do 3 here actually. And then I'm gonna tie it down here and we can move it. And we'll bring them closer together and do as big of a bow as I can. There is lemon lolly ribbon. I don't have it yet, it's coming. And I have copper clay. I have that ribbon, which I guess I could have done. So we're gonna figure out where we want this to be on this card. In case you didn't know, that's the trick, right? Might have to kind of go more like that. Or I might not like it. We might have to have it go the other way. Oh, someone did like it. Oh my God. See, this is the thing, creative license. I feel like it should go this way. I also wonder now though if it should be very vanilla, because we have very vanilla twine as well. What do you guys think? Keep the linen thread or change it to vanilla? Or does this give us like a nice contrast? Just kind of thought it kept it kind of rustic. What do you guys think? And then sometimes what you need to do, because if your twine is not sitting where you want it to, you just need to use the glue dot. I moved everything around. I'm in the process of like I went away on a retreat, and then of course when I came back, I have to put everything away. But I was sick, so I put nothing away. But then I decided, well, if I'm going to put it away, I should make sure like now's the perfect time to kind of move things around. And then I had someone stop by to pick something up, and she was like, oh, hey, could I see your craft space? And I was like, yeah. And then, you know, you have someone come in, and then it kind of made me think maybe, you know, they have observations. And then I was like, oh yeah, maybe I should move things around. And so, yeah, my craft space is not any tidier now. I would say if anything, it has gotten less tidy because now I have moved some things and have not found homes for other things. However, what I will say is the things I have moved, I am really loving my choices of where I have placed them. So now like my paper, I don't have to like, it was pulling out before on my desk. So every time I pulled out my paper, it was disrupting my projects. Now that's not happening. I've got my ink, so I don't even have to get out of my chair. Okay. This is quite pretty, you guys. What do you think? For a card that I didn't really have planned out and has taken us roughly an hour to put together. So my apologies. Oh my God, and thank you. And we have no greeting, and I feel like it's time for you to go. So we need a greeting. I am going to, what should we do? You made my day, because that one is going to be skinny. I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to quickly take this greeting. We're going to put it on this block. You made my day. We're going to do it on vanilla. We're going to do it in copper clay. I'm going to try to do it straight so that I can just cut this out. All right, we're going to go like this. Boom. And then we are going to snip it and just kind of pop it in here like that. We are going to put dimensionals on it. So it is going to need double dimensionals on this end because it's up on the vellum. And then a single over here. Wow, I'm really thankful that you guys have stuck around. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. Nope, I think it's gonna cover that. Okay, this piece is not glued down, as you can tell. That's fine, I can do that after. You still get the idea of what we got going on here. So we're gonna do this. Okay. And we can add bling. So we have bling in all these colors, right? We have the copper clay and we have the lemon lolly. So we can do a little of both. So what we could do is lemon up here. And then we could always do copper. Down here. See, now I'm rushing. And now it's, oh my God. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, know that this card would not take you an hour to make. It's just, I've been having some issues. So I don't think I actually like that guy there. I like those two. I don't think I actually like the lemon popping off of that. And if you're wondering why I'm not using the other end of my tool, because then it's hard for me to, if I decide I don't like it and I want to get it off, I find it's already stuck down. Whereas this one I can kind of just play around with, oh, do I like that there? Do I not like it there? That kind of idea. So I think I might put that guy there, and then I might actually still put another two up here. Okay, yes. We did it, you guys, we did it. Okay, the only thing that's not attached, it's not attached to the card. But otherwise, we've done it. We created the card in the end. There you go. There you have it on a non-distracting background. Thank you for joining me. It did turn out great. Thank you. I do really like it. And I think I will make more of them. And now it will be way quicker the next time. I love this color combination. So this is crushed curry, lemon lolly, the copper clay. I think next time I would probably just do one color of the leaves, but I'd already done it and they're glued down. Although I feel like I'm going to take those out, you guys, and trade them for those ones. But thank you. Have a great Sunday. I'm going to go take my kid and my dog to the park. Bye.